Hello, everybody. Wolfgang here. It's Saturday, September 16th. It's pretty nice outside. It's 77, overcast. Not too bad. Anyway, uh, I did catch the news, Tuesday, whatever, about the Sudafed and how the FDA came out and said, it doesn't work anymore. And then Rummy Prepper was talking about it this morning. I was like, you know what? I'm going to look a little more into it. And I did. And there's all the different news stations are talking about it. And, stock up on this, that, the other, in case they do take it off the shelf. But I mean, they're saying that it doesn't work. So I looked up the Sudafed and the NyQuil. Like you see scrolling at the bottom, Sudafed's been around for over 40 years. So looking up the NyQuil, NyQuil, I wrote it down, came out in 1966. Now, for the older people, I remember codeine being in cough syrup. And that's why they took cough syrup off the shelf because of the codeine, which I get. People were drinking that shit and getting fucked up. But if you go back, and I'm sure there's people know, but if you go back further, some of the cough syrup and that actually had, was it heroin? I think one of them, because I did see an article where they said they had heroin in some of them. But your older medications had that, the narcotics in them for the longest time. But I did see this, and I was reading it, and it says the FDA's non-prescription drug advisory committee has found that oral formulations of phenylphephrine, the most common active ingredient in many over-the-counter cold medicines, is ineffective. This means that drugs like Dayquil, Mucinex, Sudafed PE, and so on, but they have a panel that says, this stuff really doesn't work. And then at the end of this, unanimously agreed that phenylphephrine can help relieve a stuffy nose when delivered straight into the nose via nasal spray, but doesn't work when taken by mouth. Now, I've read quite a few articles where they were saying that the nasal spray works much better than the tablet. I don't know. I've Sudafed worked for me, but they started putting Sudafed behind the counter or locked doors but the locked cabinets, because the people that do the meth can figured out how to use the pseudoephedrine to add to their meth, and there's quite a few chemicals to make meth. just saying. But so why all of a sudden are they saying these over the counter medications? Oh, they really don't work. But like I said, I looked up, and there's an interesting story on the Vicks NyQuil. Vicks has been around for a long time, for a real long time. When I was reading the article, I was like, wow. So, are they going to take this off the shelf? I don't know if they are or not. But it's kind of funny that after 40 plus years, They're just now coming out saying, "Oh, that stuff doesn't work," and the FDA, they approve the drugs that go out there. But when this happened, they made they made that up in what, 6 months, maybe a year, and other jabs that you have to take, it's 10, 15, 20 years sometimes. All of the experiments and whatever these scientists do to come up with vaccines, but sometimes they can just make them just like that. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, so if they start taking your pseudoephedrine, your just all your nasal allergy medication, over the counter stuff, if it starts disappearing, uh, there's other ways you can get the medication. Um, if you're an herbalist, which I'm not, I kind of go that I looked that kind of stuff up. What plants are good for this, that. But there's quite a few people out there that are know what herbs, to relieve a headache or sour stomach or congestion. But I'm not an herbalist, so. But what I'm getting at, like for pain relief, I have this in the first aid kit. This stuff works good. Um, There's another pain relief, and these are all in my first aid kit. Now, this one is your allergy relief. All you have to do is go, I don't know the website's name, but you can just type in first aid kit refills, and you can get those medications that way. The other thing I want to, when I was listening to, or I was in Pete's channel this morning, and I had made the comment, I said, well, I thought most of your over the counter medication is only good for like maybe a year. And I had a few people say, no, it lasts a little bit longer than that, because I know the strength of the medication loses its ability after a while. So I went ahead and looked that up also. And from what I was reading, it says anywhere between 4 to 5 years that your over the counter medicine will be okay. But I kind of always question that, what's that shelf life with medication? So there, I got that answer. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of ignored the FDA saying, "Oh, the Sudafed's not that good," and then watching Pete's live this morning, I was like, you know what? That is kind of messed up. Why all of a sudden, after this shit's been on the shelf for over 40 years, they're saying, "Oh, it doesn't work." So are they going to start gradually taking this shit away, and they're going to tell us what we can take? They're doing it now. Oh, you should get this. You should take the shot. As Joe Biden, take the shot. I don't know. I just find it it's weird. This whole freaking government's weird. Not that it has. It seems like it's getting worse as I get older, and what I see, it's like, are these people really, really? And I do believe in term limits. I've said that before. But anyway, if these medications were to be taken off the shelf, there are different ways to get them. And like I said, for my first aid kits, I just go to refill, first aid refill medicine, whatever. And the stuff works just as well. I've tested it. This one's open. The pain aid's open. The one that I find the toughest to take as far as like for headaches and stuff, this stuff's in a pouch and it's powder, and it does have a nasty taste to it. But I tell you what, it works. About half an hour, you know. So, but anyway, I wanted to share my opinion on this FDA deal and what's going on with that. And I want to thank Pete for reminding me. Just a bunch of crap going on. I do get to go back to work Monday, and my wife, she also had her doctor's appointment this past Friday, and her feet are healing, so that's a plus. So we just take it day by day. Blessed be and stay safe. Have a great weekend. This is Wolfgang, and I'll chat with you all later. Bye.